Hey everybody, I am back for another video. This is a little update video just to keep y'all updated, let y'all know how this whole virtual learning thing is going. Let's start off by saying I got a call last week, Thursday, matter of fact, saying, it was the principal calling me, saying they were going to be transferring my kids to another school because they didn't have a teacher to do the virtual learning from their school anymore, because those teachers were going back to regular school, because they said a lot of students from the school already went back to school. So there's like a handful, I'm guessing, in each class that didn't go back. So whichever one stayed virtual learning would have to switch to another elementary school. So that's what we did. Daddy, cut it down a little bit, Daddy. Sorry guys, this is just real life. We're just doing learning, virtual learning still. So yeah, so they call me, the principal calls me and tells me, hey, when I had no teacher, we're going to be transferring you to a whole different school, but if you decide for the kids to come back to regular school, they can come back to our school, but you have to fill out papers. Like, basically, they transferred all my kids' information to the other elementary without me even knowing, okay? That's one. Which I'm like, I guess I have to do that, right? Because me sending my kids back to school is not an option right now. So I'm like, okay. I didn't have no choice. I'm like, okay, well, it's Thursday, and they're going to start this new class Monday, this coming up Monday. So I'm like, so how's the Zooms and all that's going to go? Because I know everybody has different Zoom meetings, different Zoom passwords and all that. So she's like, well, somebody's going to be contacting you from their school. They're going to be contacting you by today, if not by tomorrow, Friday, before Monday, because Monday morning we know you got to be on. And I'm like, okay. Nobody never contacted me. On Sunday, my first grader teacher contacted me. Oh, let me remind you that my fourth grader, she stayed in that school because they have a fourth grader virtual learning teacher, so they let her stay. But my two little ones had to get transferred. Cut that down, baby. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so she stayed. So anyways, my first grade teacher contacted me Sunday morning by email and was like, hey, get on this Zoom meeting, this is the password, this is Zoom meeting ID, get on there 7:30 in the morning. We usually get on at 7:50. But this school they transferred them to, they start at 7:30, which is okay. It's like, okay, well, I just have to get a bit more earlier now. Make sure the kids eat, because by 7 o'clock I'm feeding my kids. By 7:50 they're online. That's the way it was, right? But now that my other two small kids go in at 7:30, I want to make sure they eat by 7, so they could have some time to get all their stuff together. I just like to be on time. I don't like to be, just find your pencils and let's. I don't like all that. It's like, no, we need to get everything done, everything we need right there in front of you, so you can find everything. We don't have to be jumping around like jackrabbits looking for stuff that we need. I mean, y'all all know, guys. We all have kids. All of us have small kids. You take an eye off of them, you blink, they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing. Just being kids. I'm not complaining about that, but I'm just saying. So anyways, I like to be on time, basically. So we get on at 7:30. I can say that this teacher is super sweet. I love her. She's really, really nice. She really, really is, guys. Even though I think she plays a lot more baby games and stuff with them than the other teacher did. The other teacher was more strict, like, hey, we're going to learn these sentences. You're going to write sentences on your own, which I let them do. And I let all my kids do that, because all my kids, it's real important for them to know how to write little words, write little stories by themselves, use words they know, right? So I did this little board right here with all the words. I'm like, there's every single word on there. Like, you shouldn't ask me how to spell no word, because every word is on that board right there, right? So anyways, what did I say that? Okay, yeah. So anyways, it is way easier. The whole thing about this whole thing, guys, is because we started on Monday. It was our first time, right, with this new school. We got to start early, for one. For two, it's like a whole different website and all that we got to use. They're not using the same It's Learning and all that like the other school was. Like, remember I told y'all, oh my God, my kids are coming along. They learned how to copy, paste, do all that. They learned everything. Now that they learned all that, now they want to transfer to the school, and we got to learn it all over again. A whole new different website. Different levels of reading they have to be on. It's okay. I understand, because I read with my kids all the time. Anyways, I do work outside school with my kids. I just do it, just to do it. I have 2 copy machines. I'm doing copies all the time, coloring sheets, everything. You name it, I got it. And there's no excuse for my kids not to be on top of their school stuff because I help them out a lot, like a lot. So, you know, and I love to read with them. I love to hear them read, especially my first grader, you know. Oh, so anyways, off a topic. So now we have to learn a whole different website, learn how to copy, paste, do all that. So it's like I'm starting all over again, basically. Long story short, I'm starting all over again, guys. I'm here stuck on the table because I was stuck on the table for the first 3 weeks of that virtual learning with that other school. Now it's back to square one. I'm stuck on the table again, and I'll probably be stuck on the table for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, again. Till they get this new website they got. Even though it's a little bit easier, but still, my daughter, she don't know how to turn in the word, where to press, turn in the word. We're barely learning that. That's because, guys, I give y'all advice. This is just my advice, okay? This helped me. After school hours, I would get on the computer and I would sit the kids next to me and I'm like, look, this is how you get on your work. You say you get on work, say you turn it in. Do you say you can check if you turn it in? Do you see where you have to go to see if you have assignments? Like, I did all that on my own, because if not, guys, I would have been stuck on the table for hours. And I have to cook, I have to clean, I have to make breakfast, lunch, dinner. I do all that. I don't skip around none of that. You know, I was doing all that way before all this stuff happened, and I have to continue doing that. You know, it's my job, period. I can't even complain about it. And I don't complain. I cook. I gotta cook. I gotta feed, I gotta feed my family. So, I made it more easier for me by putting all their passwords and all that on their computers. Let me show you how I did it, because they're gonna see it every day, right? Every time they open the computer, they're gonna see it, and they're gonna start remembering the passcodes by themselves. Guys, I did this in the beginning with my kids when they first started the virtual learning with the other school. I pasted the passwords and all that on the computer. Wrote on little bitty papers and tape on the computer. I'm gonna show you that right now. And the kids started seeing it a lot, and they knew all the numbers by heart already. But now they knew all the numbers from the other school. We don't need those numbers no more. It's like, God, we just sat here and wasted time, all this time for them to learn all this, and now we're going to a whole different setting. Okay, I can't even think about it, but whatever. So that's what I did again, because it helps them. I'm just letting you guys know it helps, and this is what helps me. It might not work for everybody, but this is what helps me, and this is how my kids caught on. Not only that, I had to back away a little bit. I couldn't sit next to my first grader all day. She's back there. She's so cute. I couldn't sit next to my first grader because she wanted me to be helping her with every little thing, and I'll be sitting there helping her do her work, posting her work, doing all that. You see, she already had got a hang of it. She was already doing it by herself. But like I said, it's a whole new setting now, so now I got to sit next to her and help her with that whole new little website that we have to get on. So anyways, you got to back away, guys, because if you sit right there next to the kids, you baby them, they're not going to learn this. They're not, and it's hard. And I'm telling you right now, this is just me being honest. I think it's a good thing they learn all this stuff, because you never know if school is even going to come back and they're going to have to do online like this. It's a good thing they start right now, that they're young, and they start learning how to mess with electronics and, just basically know how to get on those websites and do whatever. Like my fourth grader, she can do Google Docs. She does all that. She writes her own stories. She can print them out. She prints them out. Like, she does everything. She's already trying to do videos and trying to learn how to edit them so she can put them on her YouTube channel. Because I said, Veve, I call her Veve. I'm like, it's a lot for me to edit for your channel, on my channel. Like, and on my channel, it's not even perfect editing, but I'm trying. Like, I really, really am trying, guys. I'm trying to learn. I know I have to do more research and stuff, but I'm learning more and more. Like, be honest, when my kids are online, this is where I'm at. I'm on my computer. Like, my computer's right here in front of me. I'm on my computer. I'm doing work from home. I'm getting on YouTube, trying to read up all the YouTube terms and read up on it and learn it. Basically, man, if you want to learn this stuff, you got to be on top of it if you want to grow your channel. So that's what I'm doing. So anyways, my daughter, my fourth grader, long story short, she's just smart and she'll learn anything. She puts her mind to it, she's going to learn that. So, I don't have to really worry about her, but it's just these two. But like I said, they were getting on track. Now we got to start all over again, which is fine. They'll get on it. But I'm telling you guys, girls, women, don't sit there next to them the whole time, because they're going to expect you to be there the whole time and be helping them the whole time. And we can't do that. We can't do that, because I know in the beginning, when I was first helping my daughter in the beginning, I wasn't giving her the answers, but I was sitting there next to her, helping her, and okay, we'll do this and do that. And the teachers were like, no, like, I want to see how she does it. I want to see how she figures out the problem. Even though first grade math, reading, all that is way hard than regular work. I mean, not regular work, but it's way harder than first grade work. You'll think it's like third grade math, but it's not. It's first grade math, So I was helping her a lot in the beginning, and the teacher would ask her, well, how did you find that answer, Anjuli? And she's like looking at me, and I'm looking at her like, don't look at me, like, like, you know. And she would be so embarrassed, like, Mom, I don't know it. How do you do it? And I'm like, you know what? This is why I said I'm going to have to back away from you. And you're going to have to learn by yourself. Because you're mad at me because you're embarrassed because you don't know the answer. You don't know how to explain it because I helped you through it. So, no. You're going to figure out how to explain that answer by yourself to your teacher. And my daughter, no lie, she's been doing so good in the math. Like, you know, because I had to back off. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to back off. Let the teacher have her time with you, let you raise your hand all day and call the teacher, even though I don't let her do it all the time. I always tell them, don't ask teacher. If you ask me first, ask me, and then ask teacher, and I'll help them. Say, we don't have to ask teacher because I'm always right here. I don't ever leave because they need me right here, you know? Or if I step away for a second, then my son comes. Or if I'm on the phone, I have to do something real quick, you know? My son will come over here because he finishes all, he works like nothing. He said it's easy, so, you know, and yeah, and my kids going back to school right now is not an option right now. I've been getting emails after email after email. They're finding kids with positive that are coming out positive for that stuff. Like, I don't want to say the word, for that stuff in my son's school. I already got, for this past month, I probably got like 6 emails already. Staff, all that. And that's because the principal tried to call me and convince me, you know, our school is safe, you know, and she tried to call me, she's the one that called me Thursday and let me know they're going to be changing the kids' school. She's like, well, I'll give you till tomorrow to make up your mind and see what you want to do with the kids. No, that's not an option right now. My kids are not going back to school. So if you got to transfer them to that other elementary, then so be it. I mean, we got to do it because it's not an option right now. They're staying home. Good thing I could do some work from home. I could help my kids at the same time. Like, because if I didn't have that, I'll probably be lost. But I got lucky, guys. I got lucky with a good boss. So I get to be home and help my kids out. And I work too, you know? So it's like, it's a win-win for us. I'm happy that we could do that. Because my husband, obviously, he can't help them because he works all day, you know? And then he has to be at work 6 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, he's tired when he gets out. So it's like, I do make it my business for my kids get all their work done. But let me tell you, it does get draining. Like in the beginning, like I said, when we first started virtual learning, I was drained. And then the kids started catching on. Now I'm starting to feel drained again. So I'm like, oh my God, this again. Like they don't know how to download the work. They don't know how to get on their art class, you know? Because they literally had to get on different websites even for their art class to download their work on there so the teacher could see they have work. If they didn't have no work, they were going to be flunking art. Just like gym. They had to do videos of them working out to post the videos on a different website, not the same one as art, not the same one as science. No, it's all separate. Well, no, science, math, social studies, all that's together with 2 different teachers or whatever, 3 different teachers. They don't have to keep on getting off and on. Oh, you know what? I'm lying. Yeah, because my 4th grader has like 3 or 4 different teachers. Yeah, 3 teachers. So, but art and gym, they have to get into whole different websites just to post their work. Because if they don't post their work, then they'll begin at 0. And my kids, I make sure they got all their work put together, because if the teacher comes to them and presses them and like, hey, you're missing assignment, they're embarrassed. That's just where my kids are. Oh my God. One time I forgot to take a picture of my 1st grader's artwork. I never heard the end of it. I was so embarrassed because of you, because you didn't post my picture. Mad at me because she didn't know how to post a picture herself. Okay. But you know, that was the beginning. That's when I was learning. I was teaching her how to do it. She was learning. So, you know, she really didn't know. So I really couldn't get mad at her. I'm like, yeah, blaming myself all the time. Yeah, it is my fault. I should have posted. I forgot to post it. But that's when I was going crazy. And I was like trying to post everybody's pictures on their art, on their gym, because I had to be on top of it. And I still am on top of it. My kids are not going to get embarrassed because I know how my kids are. If the teacher tells them something in front of other kids, they're embarrassed. Like, oh my God, Mom, everybody has yellow belts besides me. Like, that's how my kids are. And so I'm like, okay, I have to get your yellow belt because everybody else has it. I know it's probably not right, but hey, my kids are good in school. They're smart. They love to learn, so they deserve good stuff, right? So, you know, I never made it a problem. I was just like, you know, all right, we'll get this done. That's it. All right, guys, I'm just jabbing. I know I'm just talking. I just want to get a little update, and I wanted to show y'all what I do for the kids. So that was the whole point of the video, right? To show y'all how I post some little posty little notes on their thing. So let me show y'all. Alright guys, she's reading a book on Epic right now, but I'm just trying to show you. I don't want to get too close so I can see all the numbers, but see I put the numbers? See how I put the passcodes on it? I put passcodes on their art, all that. Like I said, they have different passcodes for art, gym, all that. It's all different passcodes. So I had to paste them right there so they could see them every day and they could learn them. And that's how they learned. So it's just a little tip, guys, for me to y'all. It helped me. So long story short, back to square one, but we're learning, we're gonna come along. I can't stress it, because at the end of the day, I can't send my kids back to school. I don't trust it. And it's like, how do you expect for us to send our kids back to school and you're sending us emails every other day saying that somebody came out positive? And how do we don't know that? Because all these districts right here, guys, all these schools right here are all next to each other. They're all like elementary, middle school, and high school. It's all together. Not all together, but they're all right here in the same little block. So it's like, how do we know that the kids are coming out, that kids that are coming out positive, how we know that they don't have little brothers and sisters that are going to the elementary school or that are going to the middle school, and our kids are being exposed from other kids that are around their brothers and sisters that got the virus, and they're going to, you know, I don't know, it's just a lot. And it's like, how do you expect me to feel comfortable? The principal, she was kind of mad at me, and I heard it in her voice, because she wanted me to send the kids back, because at the end of the day, think about it, guys, the teachers and stuff are trying to save their jobs, because they all need jobs. They're trying to save it, because they know if none of the parents send their kids back to school, they ain't gonna have no job. And how much more bad that's gonna be in a couple of years? Ain't gonna be no school no more. It's gonna be all virtual. So start off as now to teach your kids how to get on these computers and how to work them, so they can know. Look at my first grader. She gets on there. She can log in all that by herself. There's just websites and stuff I have to help her get in there, because a lot of different passcodes and all this stuff. But trust me, guys, once they learn it, they'll get on it. Because my fourth grader, like I said, she's been messing with these computers since she was in elementary. So she knows how to mess with them. And now she's really, really good at them. You know, and she knows how to get on the website. It's easy for her. And so, you know, yeah. Just my advice from you guys. Trust me. Let y'all's kids learn how to do this computer stuff by themselves. Teach them. After school, sit next to them one-on-one, however it is, because I have to do one-on-one with my little baby girl and my 8-year-old son all the time. I got to pull them one-on-one, and I'm the only one that does it. Like I said, my husband don't do it because he works, and when he does come home, he don't do no work or any of that with them, because that's just not really his job, honestly. That's my job. I need to get that done early. I want to make sure everything's done before anything. After hours, we just mess with the computer, try to finish assignments, or even though assignments are always done, but trying to see if there's no assignments, I get on there after hours, on everybody's computers, on everybody's laptops. I get on everybody's laptops after school, and I'm like, okay, let's look at everybody's assignments. I want to make sure everybody got their assignments in. So that's another thing too, guys. Make sure that they all got their assignments at the end of the day. That's what I do. I take everybody's tablets, and I'm like, okay, let me see, make sure everybody's assignment. And my kids always got their assignments in, so I ain't ever got to worry about that. Because like I said, they don't like being embarrassed. So I'm like, you don't like being embarrassed? Then make sure you listen, you pay attention, and you get your work done, and everything will be all good. So yeah, guys, thank y'all for listening to this jabby video. But yeah, see y'all next time.